1 cup of milk in my decaf coffee. No more, no less. So I'm taking my scale into this gas station for the win. Uh-oh, what happened? It's okay. What? No, you don't need any of that.
But Franklin does that all the time.
Dear future Emily, today was the kids' last day of school. You went and picked them up. Everyone was so excited. You got a lot done today. You got a lot of presents wrapped, but you didn't finish. So you hustled around the house and hid everything you could and ran off to school to get them. When you came back, you were cross-eyed. You pulled in the driveway and Greg pulled up right next to you, which was divine because you and I both know you were having pervasive food thoughts. Marshmallows. Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal with cold milk. Cheese, salami, I don't even know what else. Food, sugar, sugar, sugar. All of the above. Anything to chew and swallow. And go from feeling low to feeling high. So he pulled in, you were cross-eyed. And you told him how you were feeling. And did you hear that noise? I just made a noise like a mouse. Where was I? Greg walked you in the house and you reached out for the Cheetos and you said, I'm going to start right here, joking. The construction crew's basket of goodies were there. From there, literally the next thing that you would have been able to reach is a cooler full of Coca-Colas, ice cold Coca-Colas. But Greg grabbed you and turned you and kept walking, and it was funny. And he was walking and pushing you forward, just like you did to Claire the other day when she was fretting about wearing pajamas to school, and you just pushed her right on out the door, and she had a blast. He walked you right on from the kitchen, past the kitchen. He kept walking, and it was, do you remember? It was pushing you, and you were laughing. And there was a construction crew right out that window. But you and Greg decided it would be just fine to put on earplugs and take a nap, even with people right outside that window. Hold on just a second. You slept. Clara, wait just a minute. You slept for nearly 3 hours. Hey, Clara, wait just a minute. Okay? You slept for nearly 3 hours. Here's what I want you to keep in mind. If sleeping solves the problem wasn't hunger. If you were truly hungry, 3 hours later, you might be even hungrier. But you weren't truly hungry. You were feeling low, wanting to get high. Feeling low from legit exhaustion. You did not sleep well last night. But also dealing with withdrawal symptoms that we are getting through. You and me, girl. You, me, God, Greg, and a handful of other people that know you're currently on day 2. Good work solving the actual problem, which was sleep. Good work resetting the chemicals in your brain. As soon as you woke up, which was about 20 minutes ago, You got back at it because we're about to go to a basketball game. Before that, you're wrapping presents and you're taking 20 sips. 20 sips of water after each. 10 sips of water after each present. I just wrapped 2. I'm behind. 20 sips of water. 10 sips of water after each present. After each present wrapped. God, rest, water, nutrition, activity, good work. If sleep solves the problem wasn't hunger. Hang in there. Keep going. Let go. Let God. Surrender. And only by the grace of God we'll stay sober. I love you, Emily, and whoever else is listening. Back at it. I am sitting here at a basketball game. It's 1:15. I've had breakfast. I did not have time to take any lunch with me. I'm feeling so grateful to be sober, not in the food, not obsessing about food. I'm grateful for the good night's sleep I got last night. Lord, may I continue to make rest a priority to keep the chemicals in my brain where I want them to be, where my body's not demanding food for energy. I'm just grateful to be sitting here sober, grateful to be sitting here rested, and I'm grateful for these periods of fasting between meals, letting everything level out. I feel calm and collected and able to focus on my dear daughter playing basketball. Today is day 3. By the grace of God, I will lay my head on my pillow tonight and be able to put another X in my calendar. Looking forward to day 4. Okay, Emily, you did it again. I'm so proud of you. Instead of binging, you tallied and tallied and tallied, and put yourself to bed. You are in weight loss mode right now. You're down 3 pounds since last week. That's awesome and excellent. And it's important to keep in mind that during weight loss mode, you're asking your body to switch fuel sources, which is it's exhausting. So I want you to continue doing what you're doing. I'm making these little videos to cheer you on and tell my future self, when you watch this, I want you to see the process. I want you to see the journey. There's a fly. So today you had the option of putting yourself down for a nap. Yes, the question is, what do I do when a nap is not an option? 1 Corinthians 10:13, God will give you a way out. He will give you a way out. You can also consider yourself in recovery. Let's say 90 days. Let's just go ahead and say 90 days where, yes, you want to be with your kids. Yes, you want to have fun with them. You want to do it sober, though. I'm telling you right now, your flesh and the enemy might try to convince you that you want to be with them now. Let's postpone if we have to. Let's postpone now for better. Let's postpone now for quality. Let's postpone. Let's say not yet. Let's postpone now for sober, lasting sobriety. 1 Peter 5:7-8, cast all your anxieties on him. He cares for you. Be of sober mind. You and I, we're going to consider ourselves, I'm talking this self and my future self, girl, and Greg and God. We're doing this together right now. Recovery. And by the way, unlike other recoveries that I know people they didn't had to, they chose to experience, which is so awesome in itself. They are gone out of the picture for 30, 60, 90 days. What a wise, mature decision to make, to postpone diseased, just pitiful, a diseased, pitiful, false now for a true life comes to mind. For life, this is being in the throes of our addiction is death, and it leads to death. This is death or life or death. And I know people, heroes of mine, that were separated, chose to be separated from their children to get through recovery so that when they came back with their child, they were actually with them, not a false sense of with them, not drunk or high with them. So today, instead of spending time with Clara in particular, you enjoyed spending a few minutes with her here at the island, and then you put yourself to bed. Again, there will be times that sleeping will not be an option, but I promise you, God will not only give you a way out. I pray, I'll do more than promise. I pray that God will remind you to be gentle on yourself for the next 90 days. I have put 14 purple squares on the calendar saying that we're going to get through withdrawal in 14 days. Let's give ourselves 90 days to recover and get out of withdrawal and into recovery. You are refreshed. You had a good nap. Praise God for Saturdays. You and Greg move at a steady clip throughout the week. It's important. It's why you've asked your mom, our mom, past self and future self, for a 10 Commandments poster or some type of wall decoration, wall decor, keeping the Sabbath holy and set apart to refresh after moving at such a steady clip throughout the week. While you were napping, you dreamt that you accidentally ate 2 pieces of candy, and then you dreamt that you went ahead and got cookies and started eating these specific types of cookies that we're saving for Santa Claus. You dreamt about those. You dreamt that you got back into those. Sugar and flour are by definition drugs. You are most certainly addicted to them. And the minute you choose to start ingesting them, you're back in it. You and I both know, not only do we want you out of it, God is telling you to get out of it. Be obedient. I know you can. I know you're good at it. You're good at being obedient. I'm proud of you. I'm working hard for you. Chips and popcorn have been an issue, and you and I are doing an experiment right now where instead of saying no to them and creating somewhat of a I'm feeling very grateful. I'm grateful for this quiet home. I'm grateful for everything I know about addiction. I'm grateful for your tenacity. I'm grateful for Susan Miller and Jill Slim and my mom and Terry and Sherry, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Susan, Sunshine, Aaron, Lizzie, the list goes on. I'm grateful for you, whoever's listening. I promise you, if your name did not just leave my mouth, I promise you I'm grateful for you. Emily, you and I are running an experiment. Instead of saying no to tortilla chips and popcorn, those two, I don't want to create a scenario where I want to manage those. I want to manage tortilla chips and popcorn. Here's how I'm doing it. I'm considering tortilla chips to be, I'm not considering them to be anything. They are corn. Yes, they have been clearly ground down to a different type of corn. They don't look like little yellow kernels anymore. And popcorn. Same deal. This is, yes, it's corn. It is white corn. That's corn. Here's what here's what we're doing. We are saying we can have up to 1 ounce of this with a meal and we're calling it a vegetable because corn is a vegetable on this diet and the way that we're eating, corn is not a grain, corn is a vegetable. So we can have 1 ounce, up to 1 ounce, and that's plenty. 1 ounce of tortilla chips is plenty. We can have, I don't know yet, we're about to do a popcorn experiment with this that we bought, a hot air popper. So none of this, this microwave stuff that's covered in all that oily, oh my goodness, I don't even know what it is. It's oily, it's buttery, it's yucky, it sticks to the roof of our mouth. And you and I both know we scrape the sides of the bag to get it, to eat it, because it's, whatever it is, it's addictive. It's just yucky oil, salt. Okay, not good. So we're about to do an experiment. Again, I'm grateful for this time, this quiet time at home. We had 3 basketball games today. Tomorrow the kids, Franklin, Claire, and Mary, are involved in 2 church services where they are going to sing. We're getting all dressed up with little Christmas outfits. They're going to sing the Christmas songs that they've been practicing. Here's Clara's tights and Christmas dress ready to go. Tonight we've still got to wash Franklin and Mary's outfits, and then after that, at 2:45, Mary's getting all dolled up for a dance recital. So yes, it's the weekend, but we are still, like I said, moving at a steady clip. Grateful for this quiet time. You go, girl. Go. Willing, obedient, stay engaged. Surrendered. Hydrated. That's all we have left on today's gallon. And empowered by the Holy Spirit. It's the Great Commission to go. Matthew 28:18-20. Go therefore and make disciples. And go sober. Go free from the grip and the trap of what you're addicted to. I love you dearly. And I'm going to get off of here and spend time with you and God and figure out how much popcorn is the appropriate amount. I have a feeling that the appropriate amount will be however much fits in here. And I will have integrity and make sure this is not heaping. How can I do that? I can do that by maybe setting my little tally card on top and making sure it's not heaping. Oh my goodness, this addicted brain of mine wants what it wants, and what I want, what my spirit wants, is to win. I don't want to allow the flesh to lead me. I want to fight the flesh and surrender to the Spirit and see more love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control in my life, which is the fruit of Him. I love you, Emily. I'm so proud of you. I'm cheering you on. I'm absolutely rooting for you. Congratulations on your weight loss. You've got things, by the grace of God, and only by the grace of God, headed in the right direction. Let's keep going. Dirty dishes, calf bottles, Christmas wrapping, hot air popcorn. Pretty simple machine here. Jubilee, have you been harassing the hamsters? Be honest. Jubilee, have you? I saw you lick your lip. Did you eat a hamster? Hamsters, are you okay? There's our sweet tree, and here are the hamsters in these amazing cages that Claire and I created. And there's Jubilee. She does this every night. She stalks them. Every night. This is her nightly ritual to make sure the hamsters are still in there. Her tail becomes erect and she lifts up one of her back paws, full on stalk mode. Clara decorated these for Christmas. Sherry, I think it was you that suggested we put a blanket over those at night. That's a good idea. Okay, popcorn. I want to know how much this popcorn weighs so that I can deduct it from the vegetable that I'm going to eat with this meal. So this popcorn tonight, I think my husband and I are going to watch a movie together. Doesn't that sound fabulous? I'm going to consider that a date. But I will deduct however much this popcorn weighs from my 14 ounces of vegetables for tonight's meal. I'm not going to give myself a tortilla chips once a day kind of rule or popcorn once a day kind of rule, because I don't see myself having a problem with eating tortilla chips 3 times a day. And again, I'm very careful, behavioral psychology, to give myself rules that I would then break or rebel from or be tempted by the enemy to break or rebel from. I want to focus on these meals, and not focus so much on all the things I don't want to do. Displace. I want to displace think that'll do it. Okay, grand finale, or the big reveal. 2.2 ounces. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, I will deduct 2.2 ounces. This will be my popcorn. You know what? That might actually be too much for me. Nah. I'm gonna let myself eat every bit of that. And I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna put some salt on it, and I will pop some for my husband also. That's a lot of popcorn, and I'm excited about it. 2.2 ounces. I'll just do that every time because sometimes it might be 1.9, sometimes it might be 2.0. I will deduct that from my 14 ounces of vegetables. What I was saying is the right mentality. I have a video called The Right Mentality, and I believe in that video, I also have a video called Displace, Replace, and Remember. Behavioral psychology, one of the reasons this works so well eating this way, measuring and weighing our food and saying, okay, for this meal I get this, this, and this. I get a protein, a vegetable, and a fat. This gives our brains something to focus on, instead of how many times have we set out and said, I'm just not going to eat this, this, and this. If we focus on the don'ts, that becomes our focus. I don't even want to focus on the don'ts. I don't want to focus on no tortilla chips and no sugar and no flour and no popcorn. I want to focus on 1 ounce of tortilla chip, 2.2 ounces of popcorn, and all the other awesome, amazing nutrition that I am so blessed and fortunate to be given daily, and enjoy all that. You know better, don't you? Here, Jubilee. Play with this. In that chair. Good girl. Can you sit? Good girl. I am thoroughly enjoying this popcorn. And I'm just enjoying it. I'm not even saving it for whatever movie Greg and I watch. I will probably take my decaf coffee with 1 cup of milk in there. I still have little pre-measured out for me. I will probably enjoy sipping that during whatever movie he and I watch. But I kind of love that I'm just enjoying this popcorn right now as food, not as something that we're all so conditioned to do, which is feel the need to chew and swallow while we watch TV, while we watch a movie. That is not a behavior that is probably very conducive to weight loss and sobriety and staying awake and aware and conscious of what we're eating and enjoying what we're eating. We're literally conditioned to chew and swallow while we stare at a screen. So I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Here's a little hack for popcorn. And by the way, I prayed and prayed because trust me, I'm with you. If you're thinking this is a lot of popcorn, I agree. And it is, which is why I'm confident that this will ironically be helpful for my mentality. Instead of measuring out one tiny little bowl that would be a tease, let's not kid ourselves. For some of us, our issue is volume eating. It's binge eating. I'd rather eat a 5-gallon bucket of green beans than a morsel of chocolate. The action of chewing and swallowing and binging has released dopamine for me over the years, and it's become something that I'm addicted to because I've turned to it to relax. So a little 1 ounce serving of popcorn, I think it would do me more behavioral psychology harm than good. So I'm enjoying this. 2.2 ounces of popped popcorn. Here's the hack. Air popped popcorn is a little bit like styrofoam. So take a little Pam spray. That helps the salt stick. The popcorn was 2.2 ounces. The tortilla chips are 1.0 ounces because I cooked a bunch of what I call taco chicken the other day, and I cooked lots and lots of fajita vegetables, which reminds me, and I'm so glad I just remembered this, that I used oil in the vegetables, so I'm counting that as one of my fats for dinner. I have come up, God and I have discerned, I've not decided, I've discerned exactly what my food plan is for the indefinite future. And it is more than what's on the weight loss food plan, and I'm losing weight on it. I am probably highly active. I don't know, I'm pretty active raising all these kids on this farm. So I just want to let you know that this is more. This is the weight loss food plan plus 1 cup of milk, which is a protein, plus an extra grain, plus an extra fruit, plus an extra fat. I put the extra grain with my lunch. I put the extra fruit with my dinner. I put the extra fat with my dinner. And then the cup of decaf with milk is anytime throughout the day. Here is my, I'm glad I just remembered that. So I'm looking at this. I'm going to add a fruit to this for my dinner. This is 10.8 ounces of vegetables. It's 14 ounces of vegetables. It's 10.8 ounces of fajita vegetables, 1 ounce of tortilla chips, 2.2 ounces of popcorn. The cheese, 1 ounce of cheese is my fat. I was going to add 2 tablespoons of sour cream. I will not, because I just remembered that the fajita vegetables have oil in them, and that's how I'm counting that. I will add 6 ounces of grapefruit to this. But I want to show you my little hack here, and it works so well. I want to heat this cheese up in the microwave, and of course if I put a napkin over top or a plate over top, it would pull all that cheese right off those chips. So I take another plate, spray it with Pam. I've shown you all this in another video, and then put that nonstick spray on top of that. Just pulled this out of the microwave.